welcome back to my channel, Living Like Larry. I'm Larry, and today I'm coming at you with a video from the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan, right outside Detroit. Gonna go check out what they got here. A lot of automobiles, a lot of historic artifacts, presidential cars, trains, planes. But come on in. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you like it a lot, subscribe and see more of my content. Come on inside and let's go check this place out. And here we go into Driving America. Let's go over here at presidential cars. Yeah. But whole section. Got some old cars, new cars. Oh, it's a self-driving electric vehicle, it looks like. They even have a little diner here. Let's go see the presidential cars. Here we go. (1972) Lincoln, the Reagan car. Here next we have Kennedy's car, 1961 Lincoln. Except this is also the car that Kennedy was assassinated in November 1963 in Dallas, Texas. President Kennedy would have sitting right back here in these seats. Tragic times. There he is. More presidential cars. Right here we got Dwight D. Eisenhower's bubble top. Used from 1950 to 1967. 1950 Lincoln. I imagine that shield up there was to protection from him. It actually has a convertible top that goes over. And the Sunshine Special, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. (1939) Lincoln. The first car actually designed for a president. That's a beautiful car. Here we have Teddy Roosevelt. 1902 Robin. Brogan Brogum. I'm not sure. I'm not always good with my words. The presidential carriage. Big change from there to there. Just amazing to have all this right here under this roof here. More Motoramas. Are y'all done molding plastic, Emily? Then we get to driving America. Oh wow.
We need to go back to
The railroads.
driving America, or you want to do railroads?
Railroads.
If we're back here, then
Yeah.
we go back to the front of driving the railroad.
Wow.
Because the front was back.
So much to see here. I know. This thing is humongous. Here we are in the locomotive section. Wow, this thing is gigantic. Yeah, this old steam one here. Wow, these passenger cars. Wow. But again, let's look at the size of this thing. Chesapeake in Ohio. Near the Canadian Pacific. (1923) Canadian Pacific snowplow. Plow snow in rural New England and Canada. And a 1925 caboose. Come up here, they have a model railroad system. Check this out. Oh, them two guys probably getting tired. Round and round and round. Look at him go. Oh wow. Wouldn't that be cool to have a room in your house like this, Emily?
That's what I just said. Look at the passengers.
Okay. And here you get the Motorama. Looks like a bust of Abraham Lincoln. Deposit $3. Let's see this thing go to work. Back up, and you'll have a little egg Lincoln. Oh, look at that. Now it's going to go. Oh, it didn't drop all the way down. It's pretty big. There. Now watch out, it might be hot. Okay, you get that out. Alright, get it up. There. Down, hold it upside down. Now look, I see it. Little egg Lincoln. With liberty and justice for all, the enduring struggle for freedom. Talk about American independence. Freedom and union, votes for women, and civil rights. The Stamp Act. The streets. Talks about unfair British acts. Boston Massacre in March of 1770. Map of the original 13 colonies.
Are as useless as last year's almanac. Common sense. These have formed but a single idea in the minds of the people, an idea whose time has come.
Common Sense by Thomas Paine.
Listen. The cause of America is in great measure the cause of all mankind.
Famous words of Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me death.
All over again. The birthday of a new world.
And the Declaration of Independence. Of course. Taking sides. We want our independence. The revolutionaries came from all walks of life. Wealthy, common, farmers, poor people. But they all work together for a common goal. Freedom, that was supposed to be equality for everyone. And George Washington bust. An old letter penned by George Washington. We have so many historic artifacts in this place. Here's a folding camp bed actually used by George Washington. Washington's camp chest. Wow. And here we go. Abolition, the act of ending slavery. In 1830s, some people began to speak out against slavery. Most of these abolitionists were white northerners who has actually never come in contact with enslaved people. Southern slaveholders wrote them off. A basket for harvesting cotton. Plantation field shoes. Slave badges. Anti-slavery almanac. Bible view of slavery. Harriet Tubman. Conductor on the Underground Railroad. Escaped slave herself. Risked her life again and again to lead over 300 people, slaves, to freedom. Christian revolt. Oh, a bullwhip, leg shackles, a neck. Wow, they put that on people's necks. Wow. So cool.
Come, Mr. Clyde, let's go in. We can take them. Come, follow me. I'll go and get my property. What's in the way? The law is in my favor.
See here, old man, you can come in, but you can't go out again. Once here, you're mine.
Stop, Mr. Gorsuch. I will read the warrant, and then I think they'll give up. You have my property. I want my men. They're here, and I'm bound to have them.
Well, shall I go the one to
Map of the free and slave states. Talks about the presidential election in 1860. A lot of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln's life mask. Made from a plaster cast of Abe Lincoln's face. Life cast Abe Lincoln's hand. Lincoln's bottom line, keeping the country whole. Union men's cap, pocket watch, snare drum from 1865. Gettysburg Address.
Now, we are engaged in the Great Civil War, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are men on the great battlefield of that. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave.
The president is shot April 14th, 1865. 5 days after the Confederates surrendered. Shot by John Wilkes Booth.
The brave men
And of course,
struggled here have consecrated it far above our forefathers.
over here,
The world will live longer than ever what they say, but they can never forget what they did. It is for us, the living brother, to be dedicated here.
and here's the chair
The unfinished work which they fought here have thus far
that
so nobly advanced.
Abe Lincoln was sitting in at the theater when he was assassinated. This is the actual chair in which President Lincoln was assassinated April 14th, 1865. Originally located in the President's Special Box in Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Wow. You ever think you'd see this, Emily? Bet you never thought you'd see this. Now we're in the voting rights for women. There you go. Women's rights denied, 1800s. Women had fewer rights than a male inmate in an insane asylum. Women could not vote, serve on a jury, testify in court, hold public office, attend public college, or practice law. If a woman was married, she couldn't sign a contract, own property, invest her own earnings, or have rights to her children.
Despite endless obstacles and slow progress, simply refused to give up. At the first Women's Rights Convention held in Seneca Falls, New York in July 1848, organizer Elizabeth in January 1917, women first voters began appearing before the White House. Under the leadership of Alice Paul, who stood there every day, weekend and weekends, in rain and snow, holding up banners for
And here they have a section on the civil rights movement. Famous words of Martin Luther King Jr. And of course, the terrible KKK.
This is waiting. This is
Segregated waiting room. And a lights only drinking fountain. With a color drinking fountain. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Talking about Jackie Robinson, baseball integration, and they also have in here the actual bus that Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on.
What is that?
She did not give up her seat.
Were they at a place for safe? After she was remote? It was downtown?
It's closed off because of COVID. I think normally this is open, but because of COVID, it's closed off. It's a real bummer. But this is. Not even sure from out here which seat. Here we got Driving America. Got some old neon signs here. Old sign for the Holiday Inn. That's pretty cool. We're going to the Holiday Inn.
Make a lot of money that one.
Scooter cycle. The nation's innkeeper. Still around today. Destinations. Oh, chain lodging.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the 50s? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Look at how short the beds are.
Yeah. They're like squares. Square shape. Like really square. But yeah, looks like a hotel room, just a whole lot dated. Just really dated. And here's the vacation to get away. Planning the vacation. Old cameras. Old alarm clock. Jump in the vehicle. Go on a trip. Yeah, the GPS. TomTom. An iPod. Auto bingo. Auto bingo. My kids still play that sometimes. And a tourist cabin from about 1936.
Where's the bathroom?
Looks a lot different than the cabins I stay in Gatlinburg anymore. And there you can really travel in style with the old Volkswagen. Look at that pop-up camper. 1959 Volkswagen Westiva camper. Yeah, that's pretty nice, actually. That's my goal in life. Hey, my goal in life. Go boondocking in a Volkswagen. Sure would. Or an Airstream. I don't know about these. People love them. I'm kind of on the Airstreams. And then look at this pop-up tent. Gee whiz, that's old. The Gilkey tent trailer from 1927. Little tool booth. More old signs. That's so cool. Yeah. 1965 Lotus Ford Oval Track Racer. This car won the Indianapolis 500 in 1965. And over here we have 1967 Ford Mark IV. And this car was one actually used as the first all-American car to win the Le Mans 24-hour race. Nice movie about that now. There's the car from the movie. Well, that wasn't used in the movie, but that's the one that actually won the race over there. And another Le Mans car. In 2016 Ford GT. Another one that won the Le Mans. Okay. Got some cars here. This is actually the prototype for the Ford Mustang. Not actually mass produced, but just a prototype. I have no idea what this is. The Edison 2. Here we got the 1903 Ford Model A. (1905) Ford Model B. (1908) Ford Model S Roadster. 1914 Model T. So many cars here. I mean, not just automobiles. 1930 Model A. Not just automobiles, but just all kinds of historic artifacts. 1932 Ford V8 Cabriolet. Beautiful car. Ford V8 engine block, 1931. X8 engine, 1925. This really takes a long time to get through here. Here you got your modern stuff. Honda Accord, Ford Explorer, Dodge Ram. Nothing too cool over here. Yeah. Look at that Cougar. 1968 Mercury Cougar. That's a beautiful car. I could drive that. The 1965 Ford Mustang Convertible. Beautiful, beautiful car. Interesting. The price was $3,334. The average wage in '65 was $5,800 a year. Horsepower, 164 horsepower. Still a very nice car. And here you go. They even have an old service station. Texaco. Back before we had all these fancy convenience stores. The evolution of child car seats. '57 Cornell Liberty safety car. Wow. Imagine driving that. The safest car in the world. Here we go, an old Model T. How to build a Model T. Engine, muffler, gas tank, firewall, body, 6 rear fender, 7 front fender, 8 running boards, 9 radiator, hood, front wheels, rear wheels. Makes it sound pretty simple. Another Motorama for a Model T. A milling machine. And of course, talking about Henry Ford and being the innovator of the assembly line. Shows you a nice clip of 1920s.
Highland Park consisted of a series of buildings connected by crane orders. Parts and raw materials.
Company started sports leagues and other leisurely activities for employees.
Initially, one engine.
How we got away from that.
As production of the Model T increased, 9 engines totaling 54,000 horsepower.
Some old time clocks. Wow.
Speed and accuracy came from specialized machines and drilling a crankcase, for example.
And here you have your exploded Model T. No object is more emblematic of America's industrial revolution than the Model T. Hanging here, piece by piece. Very revolutionary for their times, but so basic for what we have today. Now we're going into Heroes of the Sky. The airplane section here of the Henry Ford. And they have a whole lot of everything in here. That's different. Third Antarctic Expedition. Shadows of the Sky. This tells you about the Wright brothers. Flight there in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. There's a replica of the 1903 Wright Flyer. And materials it was made out of. No way I would do that. Crazy people doing them wing walking. What's this supposed to be let you feel what it's like to wing walk? without the wind. Whoa, this actually can get to you if you stand up there for a while.
It seemed like only yesterday.
And here you come in, you have an exhibit on Amelia Earhart.
There was the thrill Lady Lindy gave us in 32.
Here's a 1929 Lockheed Vega plane.
And powerful Vega across the Atlantic, something no other woman ever did. As her fame and celebrity grew, she kept the youthful spirit of
On down, Lindbergh. That's just a lot of history from everything. There's so much in this museum. Courier Shoe Shop, about 1890. I remember my great-grandpa Peter had a shoe shop over in Wharton, Ohio. Actually, it looked a lot like this. Pretty cool. Take your shoes in and get them repaired. Don't do that nowadays. Or you could make 65 pairs of women's slippers or children's shoes a day. Well, pay 2.5 cents a pair. Shoe shop. More really old tractors. 1907. Wow. We've really come a long way. And you come in here, and it kind of shows the evolution of life. household items from the 1900s to the 2000s. October 30th, 1938, War of the Worlds. As I said, people in the 30s and 40s relied on the radios for entertainment and news. They thought what broadcasters would tell them was the truth. Orson Welles' hair-raising broadcast of the War of the Worlds proved that you couldn't always believe what you heard. And a lot of people did believe what they heard.
It's 8 p.m. on a Sunday.
I forgot to tell you, the neighbors want to listen to our radio tonight. Their old console radio finally gave up the ghost, and they say they want to hear what
1950s teens. Yep, there you go. You got Converse in the exhibit from 1950s. Converse on my daughter's feet. Look identical. The rest of the clothing quite a bit different, but
I would wear that.
an old jukebox. Look at these old television sets. Playing I Love Lucy. An old classroom. Oh, here we go. 1957, April 23rd. They're gonna do a civil defense drill. Duck under the desk, put your head down, cover the back of your neck with your hands. Remember to duck and cover. Wow. Not sure what this is. Oh, a dome.
Yeah.
From 1973. Communal living in a bubble. Here you go. And we jump from 60 to 79 right into Gen X. Born between 65 and 79. Watch Sesame Street, Elmo Company, Electric Company, and you wanted your MTV. The 1980s, awesome.
This is our time.
The computer. Internet in a box.
Internet in a box.
The Furby.
Toilet paper.
Oh, Gigapets.
Toilet paper.
Remember when we used to take care of them for our kids?
I thought that was newer than.
Honey, this is 1999.
Oh, okay, yeah.
80 to
99.
Yeah.
They jumped.
Robert Selmer.
There's some old video games. The old Atari. 2600. Spent a lot of time playing that. Wow, how the graphics has changed. Pop-up video. All 80s. Simon Says. Oh yeah, I love them things.
Did he give us one?
No, I bought them. Oh yeah, he did give us one too.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Here's the 80s bedroom. The old Apple computer, record player, cassette tapes, that old printer. Bob Marley poster, Duran Duran poster. Yep. Looks about right. I didn't have no Sesame Street characters. And here we're in the Industrial Revolution area. In 1700s, English capitalists changed the way things were made. Things were made much more cheaply with newly invented machinery and power sources, such as steam engines. Americans soon copied this. Yeah. Yep. 1912. Henry Ford built 9 of these. Thanks everyone for joining me today in my trip around the Henry Ford here in Dearborn, Michigan. It's right outside Detroit. If you're in this area, great place to visit. A lot of automobiles, a lot of history, a lot of Henry Ford innovation. Got to check out the Marvel Universe today, which is neat. Have a separate video for that. I want to come up again and also do Greenfield Village, which is right next door, like a 1700s, 1800s area village. They got closed right now, getting ready for Halloween, so maybe get back up here and do that again. If you like, give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, subscribe. I got more coming all over the area, and not so much in my area, but on all my travels. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.